Hello, we continue today the presentation of latest links, blogs, and videos from August that I published in the month of August 2025. The first two blogs are actually my paintings, Solitude in the Shade, Solitude in the Shade, and Pink Puppy. So these are two of my latest paintings. Then we are going to present how to method. If you have a copper object, copper jewelry, or copper object, you can clean with lemon and salt, vinegar and salt, tomato paste or ketchup, lemon juice, and cornstarch or baking soda. The next subject, you want to see him? The next subject is a health-related subject, hormonal balance recipe that you can use 1 or 2 tablespoons per day. And it's made out of seed and dates. How do you prepare it? 1 cup of pumpkin seeds, 1 cup of sunflower seeds, both raw and unsalted, half a cup of walnuts, half a cup of flaxseed, half cup of sesame seed, and 8 dates. Light roast, how to make it? Light roast the seeds, walnuts, for enhancing the flavor. Let's cool. Blend all ingredients in a food processor until they are sticky and uniform. Roll into bite-sized ball and store in a container in a fridge. So what are they good for? Support your natural rhythm with these delicious hormone supporting bites. And this is an ancient recipe. The next subject we are going to talk about is about an antique refrigerator used in Iran. So how was it done? In Iran, architects developed a refrigerator called Yahtakal 2,500 or 2,500 years ago, 20-meter high, a conical tower that keep ice all summer in the desert. The 2-meter thick walls, 2-meter thick walls of special brick and dome shape create air current that keep the temperature at 5 degree when it's plus 40, at minus 5 degree when it's plus 40 degree outside. Okay. Initially, it seems to be a modest structure. The interior, it's a marvel of aerodynamic and thermodynamics. Warm air rays and escape to the top, while cooler air was drawn in through the channels at the base. So at the base, there are water channel. Okay. This structure have endured a century of climate change, earthquakes. What happened in winter? The water is frozen, and it's the ice. It's brought into this ancient refrigerator. And because of the temperature of minus 5 degree can be kept all year along the ice. I will leave the entire document in the description of this video. So 20-meter high, and the hot air goes to the top, and it's producing a cooling effect, and it's 2-meter wide. Let's go to the next subject. What does the Romanian Constitution say? So we keep changing the subject from one subject to another because that's this show all about. Completely different subject. Why did I make this blog? Because in Romania, an invading company, basically from France, came and expect people to pay them for using the water in the river water, which was not the case before. And this invading corporations that are controlling the government of Romania take more that they deserve. They change the elected president. They change the election. So when everyone choose one person, they cancel the election because the person was not the one that the foreign corporation wanted. And foreign corporation controlled basically the economy of Romania at this point. So what the Romanian constitution say, all the property the underground of the territory of Romania, the airspace, the beaches, the waters are public property. They cannot be sold, privatized, or controlled by nobody, by corporation. They belong the government, the state. Nobody can perceive taxes for the use of these common things. So now what this basically infractors are doing, they create corporation and they want to move the water from Romania. They create a large uh, pipes that move the water from Romania to other country. These are trying to build this kind of things, and people from Romania are paying taxes to use the water in the river just to water the vegetables and the cultures, the land that they have. I like to make people aware of this situation because I'm Romanian and I don't have to, but I want to focus the attention of public opinion about the abuses that are done in the name of democracy, the international democracy. Now let's go to another subject, completely different subject. I have a blog of alphabet collection. I have a lot of videos of blog entry in this collection where I collect different type of alphabet. And lately I found extremely ancient alphabet. Let me explain. I will show three alphabets: Mu, Maya, and Egyptian. What is Mu? Mu was a continent that existed in the past in Pacific Ocean. That continent submerged, some say around 12,000 years ago, and but they had a very advanced civilization. They knew, the priest of that continent knew in advance that the continent will submerge, and they immigrated and to neighboring areas to preserve their information. They migrated on northeast of Lemuria, which is North American and South American continent. And we have there the Maya civilization that preserve part of the Lemurian alphabet. And on the east, in Asia, apparently it was another continent, Atlantis, that was in present Atlantic Ocean. So But Lemurians have migrated also in Egypt. In Atlantis, part of them, and then in Egypt. In the end, the two created actually some sort of empires, Lemurian and Atlantis. They fought and both submerged under the water. Now, the proof, we have this Lemurian, Maya, and Egyptian alphabets that seem very similar. Egyptian had multiple alphabets, and one of the oldest is one that is similar with the Lemurian alphabets. How do we know about all this stuff? First of all, by a reading of Tau alphabet and from the information of James Churchward. James Churchward was an English guy that went to India. There he met a monk that had access to ancient tablet, ancient scrolls. At that time, 1890 something, 97, 18, so 19th century, there were only 3 people that knew how to decipher and read this ancient alphabet. And James Churchward was taught by this monk about this alphabet. He came back to England, then moved to America, and he found out that tablets from Mexico, and published a few books. He also found that tablets from Mexico have the same signs that he found in India in the ancient scripts. Now, James Churchward was born in 1851. He died January 4, 1936 in Los Angeles, California. He published about the existence of the Nacals, a culture called, a civilization called Nacals. In one of the documents, according to Churchward, Mu extended from the North Island of Hawaii Island, of Fiji, Easter, and he called Garden of Eden, 64 million inhabitants of Nakal. The civilization has reached, according to the document, the peak at 50,000 years before our era. He claimed that the technology was more sophisticated than ours at the beginning of 20th century. I want to show you. So there are some documents called codexes that talk about Mu or Lemuria, talk about the disappearance of these continents. Charles Etienne Brasser de Bourbon, a French clergyman and historian, discovered the name of Mu in the ancient Mayan codex, whose writing had remained undeciphered until at a later date. There are multiple codexes. These codexes, Maya codexes, were brought to different country according to the people that found them. Codex of Dresde, that means is in Germany. Codex of Madrid, that means is in Spain. Codex of Paris, that means it's in Paris. Codex Grolier. Okay? So that's how we found about the existence of this continent from the writings and from the translation of old documents that were given to this churchyard in India. Translation, teaching how to translate these ancient scripts. Also in the alphabet collection blog, I have extract from the Runic alphabet under Bosnia pyramid. What happened, there is another story. In 2005, a researcher, Dr. Sam, discovered that in his hometown, there were mounts or hills with the form of a pyramid. Just they were covered in forest, they were covered with soil and vegetation. But the format of the hill was very pyramidal. He was the one that actually, prior to this discovery, traveled around the world to the pyramids that exist all over the globe. And he wrote, I think, 18 books so far. He wrote 14 at the time that he discovered that his hometown had a hill in form of the pyramid. That hill was the property of private property of some people, but he was underneath the pyramid. He discovered there are tunnels. He asked permission to dig into these tunnels, and he found different objects. These objects have a runic alphabet. So inside the tunnels, he found multiple stone-like objects, and on these big boulders, let's say boulders, looks like boulders, there were inscription, and these were a running alphabet. And I have here pictures of these inscriptions in stone-like. They were made initially from ceramics, big boulders. But now, after so many years, they look like stones. These are the runic alphabets. This is the Bosnia pyramid of the sun. There are multiple pyramids in Bosnia. I visited them. This is how a boulder look like inside the tunnels. Since the pyramid in Bosnia, the pyramid complex in Bosnia is the only pyramid complex open to all researchers. So he has done, he brought a lot of scientists, engineers, electrical engineers, professors, and he sent the most samples of the stones that he uncovered under the soil of the pyramid, and he dated them. He researched the effects of the pyramid. He figured it out that the pyramid still emit some sort of waves, stationary waves, sound waves, and they measure them. And there is now an entire touristic touristic attraction, this Bosnian pyramid. In addition to the fact that those that go in the inside the tunnels under the pyramid have their presence in the tunnels have a positive effect over their own health. Okay, let's go to the next subject. Water protection and restoration. I found very interesting that this is the blog title, but water collection in Singapore, rooftop garden collect rainwater, which is reused to water parks and cool the urban buildings naturally. So this is an idea that can be replicated and multiply in different areas of the globe with very little imagination and a little effort. Now we go to the extraterrestrial part of the podcast, let's say. There is a video of a man, Michael Beller, talks with UFO investigator Michael Schratt about his work of researching famous UFO encounters over the last 25 years. His insight and factual deals that will make you think, what are you seeing in the sky? So this is 1 hour presentation. I will leave the link in the description of the video. In Algeria, there are very interesting. Algeria, it's a country that is not very much talked about, but look what kind uh, of buildings you can find in Algeria. What kind of writings you can find on the stones, and it's very interesting. We know very little about ancient history of Algeria. Algeria is a country in northern Africa. It is said that not long ago, I'm telling you what I know, not long ago, that land, long ago actually, that land was filled with vegetation and was thriving. Um, an ecosystem was thriving, then something happened, and a lot of buildings and people were covered actually with sand. Another very interesting subject that I found lately, this is 1 minute video. They don't let me make it larger. Okay. Uh, Let me see if I can open link in a new tab. Um, this is so in correlation with what we talked before. In Mexico, there are very ancient relics or artifacts. Okay. Uh, and what they keep finding them. And this is one of the things they found in Mexico. This is a 3D sculpture with people having elongated skulls, or people with uh, head of a bird. Uh, and that's what the researcher need to decipher. Okay, so this was discovered near the ancient city of Tula, Mexico. This set, carved in stone tablet, presents a stunning fusion of Mesoamerican artistry with Sumerian and pre-Diluvian symbology. The panels depict humanoid beings with elongated skull, large almond-shaped eyes, reminiscence of the star visitors of the ancient lore. A fact, except North America, where people are brainwashed that there are no extraterrestrial, other people have no problem accepting the fact that extraterrestrials being were present on Earth. Maybe they still are. Surrounding them are winged disc, serpentine currents, and celestial emblems. Iconography long associated with the divine authority, interdimensional travel, and guardianship of cosmic portals. Each motif carry echo of Quetzalcoatl, the Anunnaki, the celestial navigators, described on both Popovut and Mesoamerican epics. So the history of Mesoamerica is recorded in the book Popovut. I have it here. One striking panel showed the bird-headed deity, possibly representing a sky god or cosmic engineer, handing a ceremonial blade with geometric glyphs to an alien figure. So I show you. This one. Okay. The alien figure are shown holding a staff scale or sitting in meditative posture. Symbolically, this tablet could represent pre-diluvian information, records before the Great Flood. Now I have a few video that are actually in Romanian, but you can have the translation in English if you set up the captions in English. Belvedere Palace in Vienna, with paintings, with gardens, with the illumination system. And a few explanation around this palace. Okay, the high quality of the art and the history of the paintings that were moved from one place to another during the war. Paintings are considered one of the most important things, most valuable things that emperor had in the past. Then I have another video still in Romanian. Still you can have a caption in English that show paintings from 1800s, and here one of the paintings show Stradal system of illumination in 1850 something in Cairo. So they had electricity, different type of system that we forgot or we don't know anymore. So I have two palaces, Belvedere and Schonbrun in Vienna. The history of Belvedere Palace. Very interesting, actually, how they state that this palace was built. We are going to walk in Vienna and see few megalithic buildings, megalithic churches, and I sit near the stone of the base of one church, and you'll see that it's megalithic. It's very large, and it's so well built that you cannot insert the blade of a knife between two very large stones. So I consider it a megalithic building. Also, the building where New Year's uh, concert is transmitted around the world every year. We have Schonbrun Palace with its curiosity. In the Schonbrun Palace, I don't know if I can show you. Yes, so here are statues with half man, half fish. How did they know what the dimension were? How? So half and the half man and the legs are fish-like, so they as if they can swim. And also another building that is very tall for our dimension. So these are our dimension, and this is how tall is this Gloriet building at Schönbrunn Palace in Vienna. So there are some curiosity that you find when you travel, and otherwise, if you don't pay attention, you don't see. Also, um, this is the city hall of Vienna, where there are concerts, and always something happened in front of that building. The next one is a video that I've done for San Francisco, again, Romanian. You can have sub caption in English. And the streets, the story of the streets, the story of a curiosity that in 1997, after a hurricane, some sea lion came and sit on close to Piers 69. People tried to make noise to get rid of them. Then spray them with the hoses. They love it. So a lot of tourists came to see the sea lions that come and go as they please. Between 300 and 2,000 sea lions come here every year. And the pier next to it is a touristic attraction, and the restaurants are booming. People come to see the sea lions, and then they go to restaurants. So they made this a touristic attraction. Then we visited Alcatraz. I will show and tell story about the Alcatraz, hop in, hop off trip. Paintings on exhibition in a central plaza of San Francisco, and the history of a hotel, of a five-star hotel, built, burned, rebuilt, and the history of also San Francisco used to have a Madame Tussauds Museum with people made out of wax museum. That was closed last year or 2 years ago. But we visited at the time that we visited San Francisco. It was open, and we visited the wax museum. They have a street called Lombard Street that comes in different movie, and it's a uh, very different street. It's like a serpent. um, we travel with an old streetcar, and I think it was electric streetcar, and you don't see electric wire on top. Probably it still uses an old electric system of electricity. Okay, let's go to the next subject. I have another video with New York, Calatrava subway station. Um, the toy collection at the New York Historical Society statue of Native Americans, and Tiffany collection. Tiffany was a producer of lamps and how they did it, and the silverware in this museum, and also paintings. Next subject um, is I'm talking about the books that I'm reading. I'm reading about Forgotten Genesis by Radu Cinamar. It's very interesting in book. He talks about the story about Radu Cinamar is that he writes about Bucegi Mountain. Bucegi Mountain has an underground chamber that was discovered in 2003 by the American radar system, ground penetrating radar, and they found there a ancient technology and the three tunnels. One goes to Egypt, another one goes to Tibet, and another one goes to the inner earth. He was the year passed, and he at one point he was in connection with people from underground cities. One was Apellos and one was Tomasis under Romania. And the Apellos guy, one person that lived under in a city under Romanian territory, allow him to see, using the technology that they have there, more advanced that at the surface, the history of the human race that they are able to access via Akashic records. And they have a technology that is put on the head, and they on a screen it's coming the history of the human race, and you interact with the headset to focus on a subject or another. Very interesting book, and I enjoy it, reading it. Now, external links that I found. I found this video a while ago. So this website is official First Contact. Sue Walker, it's a lady that lives in United States that it's in contact with people that look like this. And they teach her, and through her, this video, uh, through this website and her Instagram and her YouTube, they teach people different things. One of them is telepathy 101. Most of the star nation communicate telepathically, and for us to be able to go into the next uh, part of our evolution is to develop the ability to communicate telepathically. And she has a telepathic, she has a course how to develop your telepathic ability. And I think I will leave the link so you can download it and read it for yourself. Another information they give in this website that I found absolutely fascinating is the information about archeoplanetography. What is that? They taught her that we can use, everyone can use, but somebody has to teach you how to do it. Google Earth. They take Google Earth and rotate it in one way or another. And look what you get. Archeoplanetography, it's a complex, multi-phased, illustrated, historic information system embedded within landscape of the planet, portraying the dominant species influencing the area. What do you think? This, if you turn upside down the Google Earth map of South America, you see a person, and you go with the mouse on a valley, on the part of the continent that is that has some contours. On the contour of the terrain, look what she got. We have been asked to provide more outline archeoplanetography image so that learning can be facilitated. Many of these contain latitude and longitude information in no particular order. The first archeoplanetography. So this is an ox. This is in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And it starts from this coordinates. Vietnam elephant. So here is with the sketch, here is the land without a sketch. If you see the sketch, you can figure it out that there are valleys and mountains that show this figure. This is the man, and this is the map without. North Pacific Ocean. It's like a hand. Back of the hand. Okay, with 3 fingers only. Saudi Arabia. 6-finger hand. You can open a Google Earth and see for yourself. Northern Asia, a woman with elongated skull. South America, South Pacific, you see, it's a woman with a lot of hair. Mid-Atlantic, so they have these forms on Greenland is the white ball being offered. White ball being offered. Greenland. Wow. I didn't see them all. I saw few of them in the past. Mid-Atlantic, you see a face. I see a girl here with hair. Central America. And she has video how she built them live. Indonesia, China, Arctic Ocean. You see, it's a man dressed for cold weather. Uzbekistan, elongated faces, and you can see the valley and the mountains. The name it's also used is terraforming. New Mexico, you see a face of a man with elongated, with eyes, with nose. Sahara Desert, I see a face here. North America, Hudson Bay, you see the face, Central Asia, and so on. So again, I will leave the links to this websites to see for yourself and decide for yourself what you can look at the face. God, man. British Columbia, a man with elongated eyes. Madagascar. Okay, so this we stop the presentation here. Let me share something else with you. So these are a little bit of advertising. These are my books. You can find all of them at my website and most of them to Amazon. I have few websites. One where I publish my books, one with my blogs. I have a lot of blogs on different subjects. I have Telegram. I have Rumble, BitChute, Odyssey, YouTube, Instagram, Amazon. Okay? So we are going to stop here. Thank you for attention.